Welcome back to the shipyard. Today we have the long-anticipated, eagerly awaited Klingon Blind Booster Pack. But yes, guys, because I love to torment you, I'm not showing you the captain nor the ship first. Nope. I am going to start with the weapon, and that is Ambush Attack. So, Ambush Attack is a really cool card. At the start of the combat phase, if you're cloaked, you can discard this card to attack first. I don't care if there's a skill 16 Con Sing on the board or a skill 24 Jean-Luc Picard. Doesn't matter. You use this, you get to shoot first. Plus, if you attack a fighter squadron, you get to disable one of their upgrades if possible. Now, I know a lot of people don't run fighters, but some do, and this is a nice benefit. Really, this is a card for the blind booster that says, I get to shoot first. And that's never a bad thing. So I am all for this card. It's going to see a lot of play in the blind booster. I think it can be a difference maker in a blind booster. And that makes it a great lead-off card. So keep it in mind as we keep going here. Now, it does have that slight limitation. You do have to be cloaked, and it's not going to synergize with everything else, but it gives you a reason to cloak. And that's never a bad thing for Klingons. Next up, we have the Tech targeting systems. And during the activation phase, you can discard it to get a free target lock. Again, pretty cool card. Is it overpriced at 4 points? Yeah, way overpriced. In a blind booster, doesn't really matter. In unlimited play going forward, once you own this, you're probably never going to take it. Take Captain Worf. It's just better that way. But as a blind booster card, and only as a blind booster card, this card works. I think that it's solid there. So again, a winning card for me. Alright, now our crew. It's Buruk. When defending during the deal damage step, you may discard this crew to disable up to 2 of your shield tokens instead of losing them. It costs 5 extra points if purchased for a non-Klingon ship. Buruk is a card that is going to change bits and pieces of the game. It enables different strategies to happen, and I think that damage negation is one of those strategies that's going to really come into play. We've seen it a bit with the Bellerophon and the Traeger and the emergency force field resource. So I think that Buruk goes a little bit further towards making this a workable idea in the game. I love this card. I think this is a star going forward when you can really build around it. And I certainly don't want to see this against me in a blind booster. This is messy as all get out, because now I have to do 2 extra hits, and that's annoying. Really, in unlimited play, I see this being paired up with Weyoun 6, and that's going to be one really big problem. And watch out for this card. Alright, now at this point you're still probably going, okay, those are really cool cards, but what's the ship? Well, hold on, I'm giving you a teaser here. Our talent is Dishonorable Tactics. When attacking with your primary weapon, you may discard this card to target a friendly ship, disable 1 upgrade on that ship to reroll any of your attack dice. You may then discard it to reroll any of those attack dice a second time. Now, really cool card, really neat mechanic. And I love to see some innovative ideas here. Blind boosters are a great place to try things out, see how they work, see how people react to them, and then decide if you want to incorporate them in the main game. And I like how this happens. I like that you're really messing with the rest of your fleet. Now, as a blind booster, I don't know about this card, but being able to use this card going forward as part of your fleet, I think it's pretty cool, because you can now plan for it with taking some cheap upgrades on your other ships where you can disable and discard them, and that just gives you a little extra advantage. So I think this is a card that could see a little bit of play. I don't know that it's meta changing, but I like it. I like that it exists. I think it's very thematic with what's coming here. And at this point, you probably have a pretty good idea that the captain in this pack is none other than Duras. He's skill 6, gives you the talent slot, of course, During the roll attack die step, you may discard any number of upgrades to gain +1 attack die for each upgrade discarded with this ability for that attack. Alright, Duras is a captain that I absolutely love. This is something we've seen on Mirror Benjamin Sisko, to an extent Mirror Captain Kirk, and Lore. But I do not like Duras in the blind booster. All of these Klingon upgrades are expensive and have discard abilities themselves. However, skill 6 on a blind booster, very useful. Nobody's going to deny that whatsoever. What Duras does though, this is a card you can build around. And he will be a Klingon captain that gives you some nice options. I don't know that he's absolutely game-changing, but he gives the Klingons a nice route to go down. And it's not going to suit everyone's playstyle, but it suits some playstyles. And he's universal as all get out. It's any upgrade you want. So that crew that's no longer working for you, toss them out the airlock. You're an attack die now. Tech used up, tech not useful for this game, gone. Weapon not working for you, gone. It's whatever you want it to be. Like, just Duras makes it work. Duras does more with the stuff than anybody else. So, I do like that. And of course, as you can figure, Duras' ship is here, the IKS Buruk. Its ability, when defending, if your ship is not cloaked and there is a friendly ship within range 1 to 2 of your ship, you may roll +1 defense die. If you do so, place an auxiliary power token beside your ship. Alright, again, just like Duras, a ship that I think is okay as a blind booster, but going forward, this is a ship that is a great option for Klingons, especially Core 6, because of the extra defense. Now, for those of you who don't know Core, he came on the Ning Tao, and his ability is action, force everybody to attack you, roll 2 extra defense dice if you're not cloaked. So now you keep people close to you, and you take extra defense dice in exchange for auxiliary power tokens, which you don't really care about because your whole purpose is to absorb attacks. And I think that that is a worthwhile use of Core. And now he has a home. I think we're getting somewhere. This is a nice blend here. The Klingons get a very useful blind. I know people wanted a Vorcha or a Negvar or something else, but a useful Cavort, which now we have the Karaga, which is a great ship, the Buruk, which I think is another very useful ship, and the Pa, which is not a terrible ship, just a very situational ship. I think we've got 3 named Cavorts that are pretty darn good ships for the Klingon faction. Of course, I do have to highlight the model here. This is a model that got painted dark green, and I love the look of it. I think Klingon repaints are one of the best things out there. I think that more than anything else, they show the personality of the player. I think that Klingons get repainted more than just about anything else. Maybe Federation gets more, not quite sure. But I still love the way these look. This model is one that I probably want about 2 or 3 of, not because of the upgrades, just because I want the new model to fly with the rest of my birds of prey. And honestly, I don't see how you go wrong with this blind booster. There's a lot of cool options here. Every card here feels at least somewhat useful. Maybe it doesn't suit the mission, maybe it doesn't suit your playstyle, but every card here I'm going, I could use that. I could use that. Maybe it's a little pricey, maybe it doesn't quite fit what I'm trying to do, but I can envision a situation where it's good. This is a booster where anytime I pull it, I'm going to be like, cool, I got a solid ship, I got a chance to win. So remember guys, if you want to get a hold of this ship or any other ship, you got to go play. That means looking at the WizKids event system, finding those events, going down to your local store, telling them, hey, run Star Trek Attack Wing, run them with the blind boosters. I want to play. Get people involved. It's a great community. It's a lot of fun. You don't need me to tell you more. So on that note, I'll get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned. I'm not going to spoil anything about the next booster because you're not going to expect it whatsoever. And until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care.